Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Babe. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top of shorty always get the fussing. Yeah, hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on her. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on her. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on her. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, to the nice end. Yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Still, Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side. I remember.
My God, man. I was talking to this girl the other day, and I found out she was a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and she had to go. Welcome back. And with that, welcome back to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. It is a beautiful Friday night. It is season 3, episode 17. Thank you, Tyler. And I am joined by all the boys.
I had a feeling you were going to botch it. I had a feeling you were going to botch the episode number,
You know
so
what's
I had to
funny
get it up there
is that-
before you completely forgot it.
What's funny is my intro that I said is a true story. I had to block her on Snapchat after that. Found out she was a Maple Leafs fan and said, oh no. Oh no.
Dylan, with your recent, and by recent I mean last 5 years of women history, was that really the best idea? Is that really the best idea?
Yeah, because she sent me a photo of her. She sent me a photo of her face, so I thought she was attractive. And then I went on her Instagram. I didn't know that her body, let's just say, was a little heavier than I anticipated. And then she told me she was a Maple Leafs fan. It all just happened so quickly. I had to give her the gray arrow. I felt lied to, and then I just felt disgusted.
Oh, well, what part? At what point were you lied to?
He was
I was lied to.
You felt
I was-
like the face
I
of
was-
the cat.
When I saw the photo,
How come there's no chub here?
And and her arms were skinny and shit, and it was a false message that was let on, and I fell for it. I didn't appreciate it.
Big
See, Jake, I'm
yikes.
glad that you realize it's a big yikes. But I have to get
Poop
out
says
of there.
big yikes. Yeah, and I kind of have to agree. Yeah, okay.
Great.
And a Maple Leafs fan.
That was the chill.
I guess that's what happens when you have to eat through the pain of watching the Maple Leafs in the
I
playoffs
get it,
and
man.
whatnot. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Maple Leafs fans out there, Canadian bacon, not that good. Get some American bacon. You want to get real nice and thick. Be that good thickums for your boyfriend. Next up, we got some football news. Aside from the Maple Leafs and Dylan's toxic relationship life. We got some Thursday night football. We got a little bit of a recap here. Now,
Taking on
there's
the
not a lot to
toxic.
recap. We might as well bring in our soccer expert. Oh, wait, we don't have one. This game was basically soccer. It was all kicking. All kicking. Punting, kicking, Russell Wilson not knowing what to do on 4th and 1. Oh, wait, maybe he did, but he would never tell the coach what to do. Oh, wait, the coach didn't know what to
Dude, he
do.
sucks.
Oh, my God. A 12-9 final in overtime. And I don't know if you guys check your calendars, but we are only in week 5 of the NFL season. The Denver Broncos are damn near collapsing from the inside out with the fan base as well, because the fan base, the game's going into overtime, and they're leaving.
Shit, I would have left.
I watched more of that game than Broncos fans did.
Where were you?
Do you hate yourself?
I only missed.
Where were you, and why did you watch it?
I was sitting there like Mike Boone was in. I was like, man, I accidentally played this man in fantasy. So like, what are the odds you break out and put a touchdown on this goddamn scoreboard? Never happened. Never happened. Wilson has been terrible.
So bad. I turned the game off at halftime.
Yeah, 271 yards just to throw 2 interceptions.
And then when I was watching the highlights of this and that, I just want to point out one thing. I feel so bad for KJ Hamler. All he's been doing this entire season is trying to make a name for himself with injuries and with this and that. And he was wide open in the fucking end zone. And this man,
he was wide open on the final drive.
He was wide open.
Yeah, multiple times. Didn't throw it to him. He slammed.
4th and 1. They decide to throw it. Russell Wilson makes the wrong read, throws it to the wrong guy. And you can tell that this is kind of, I don't think that this is more than a one-time thing, because the reaction that you got from the wide receiver was pissed off, rips off his helmet, throws his helmet on the ground. Simultaneously, the mascot behind him, of course, falls to the ground, which is kind of funny. But he throws his fucking helmet on the ground, obviously in disgust, because he's wide open for 5, almost 10 yards until he, went right where Cortland Sutton ended up crossing. But Russell Wilson hits him on that slant, at a 5-yard slant. That's a fucking touchdown.
All day.
Listen.
And then again, I don't know if you guys saw this too, but you got Melvin Gordon over here giving Russell Wilson the wide eye.
He has no right to give a wide eye.
Yeah, he's over here fumbling the bag.
He's got 6 fumbles, and he can't play quarterback. It sounds like you don't have a fucking offense. And just to make it even better, you don't have a head coach on top of it. It's a shit show. And they got another fucking primetime game next week against the Chargers. Why? God.
Because Russ is going to cook up some ramen for him, baby.
Until further notice, Captain Russ Daddy has been demoted to Private Russ Daddy.
Fuller, you cannot say they were overhyped this year when you took them to win the division.
Because they were overhyped. That's why he took them to win the division. Dylan, that adds up perfectly.
You're part of the problem.
No, he bought into the hype.
He bought into my Russ Daddy hype.
If anything, it makes perfect sense. What are you talking about?
He did. He bought into Luke's hype.
You are just salty from getting annihilated by Fuller about 2 pods ago. That's what you're salty about.
No, but we talked.
You're trying to attack Fuller before Fuller attacks you. No, I know what's going on here. That's why you got so. But that's why you got so defensive.
And we're good. And I have no problem with Fuller anymore.
You should hear what you just the way you just replied. I think it's still buried.
Him and Luke are riding the Broncos, so it's kind of weird.
Hey, and they still could. This division's not looking as good as everyone said it was.
Russell Wilson has fucking
hot take. Russ is gonna figure it out. Denver's gonna win the division. They're doing it. They're still gonna do it. You mark my words.
You give him a glimmer of hope, and
we're gonna be playing this clip at the end of the year.
Yeah, with a fucking big fat 3 and 14 record sitting next to it.
You're gonna look at all of us, Luke, and tell us that the man who lost to the worst team in the division currently, the Raiders, is going to beat the other 3 teams in 6 games?
Yes.
Tell me right now how he
win the division.
Tell me right now.
He's at rock bottom, baby. It's only up from here. Let's fucking go. Let's ride.
Until you're no longer
oh my God, I'm clipping that. I need Luke saying, "Let's ride." I need that. Oh, you fucked up. Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
God bless you. All right. Well, we got some actual football games. Hopefully, we see nothing like the Denver Indianapolis game in the rest of the slate. But let's.
Hey, don't watch next Thursday because that's Commanders and Bears gonna be the same shit.
All I know is Jeff Bezos has to be pissed off that he bought Thursday.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I don't know what he was thinking. Thursdays have been terrible since they got added to the weekly rotation.
Forever.
No, they were pretty good when they just popped up. I feel like we didn't have bad games when they would just pop up in the middle of the season, or they'd do them at the end of the season because they needed to get the games fitted in.
But that was different. That was like, these games matter. We have to fit all these games in.
Bro,
let's play one on Thursday. Now we got set Thursday night games with some shit-ass fucking matchups.
I ask you one question? All these shitty teams, and they really couldn't get the Lions just one? We couldn't get one primetime
game? All right, bro. Who plays next Thursday?
Commanders and Bears.
Justin Fields and Carson.
Why do the Bears get so much prime time?
I don't know. They're horrible.
Coverage. They are so
bad.
You
know that they're currently, and I was going to get into this when they preview their game, but I'm just going to say it now. They're on a record to have the most, least completions completed in a season by an NFL team. Not only that, but they're going to do it by 40-plus passes under the previous record.
Of just completions?
That's what they're on pace for.
Completions, because they're not
I bet you'll probably get lower than that. I bet you the projection will continue to go down. I don't think it's going to pop back up, but I believe it because they're not completing passes.
Yeah.
They're trash.
Fair enough.
Complete passes to win games.
Correct.
But yeah, let's get into the Sunday slate here. We got a lot of good football games to talk about. So we'll start it off wherever I started. Here we go. All right, so game number 1 on the Sunday slate, we have the New York Football Giants taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are at home. The Giants are being given 8 points as of right now on FanDuel. This game is Sunday at 9:30 in the morning. I don't think it's actually in Green Bay. There's no way it can be. I think it's in Mexico. Is this the Mexico game? Right.
No, this is another London. Oh no, it's not.
Is it the Mexico City game?
Is this another? We're gonna find out right now.
Is it not the Latino Heritage Month?
I should be.
I think this is the Mexico City game. Is it?
This game.
Am I wrong? All right. Well, it's literally at 9:30 in the morning, so it ain't here. It ain't here, right? So, New York Giants, Green Bay Packers. Jesse, let's go.
The Green Bay Packers should win this game. But they are not going to win this game by more than a field goal if they do. I'm totally taking the Giants plus 8 points because I don't think the Packers look offensively strong enough to go against a Giants team that has been very well with time management and taking a lot of time off the clock due to running the ball, along with the fact that the Packers just don't look like their offense is clicking tremendously. They don't look how they have.
I mean, there's multiple clips on Twitter already of Aaron Rodgers just barking at his offensive linemen, his tight ends. Get the fuck over here! What the fuck are you doing? Snap the fucking ball! Like there's some problems. There's some problems. Safe to say, I have the Giants outright winning this game.
This game is in London.
So do I.
I think the Giants will win this game.
I have this as one of my picks.
All right. Well,
I have the Giants plus 8. I think I have not the spread. I have them outright winning this fucking game. I think
Giants money line.
Green Bay. I think that the Giants have. Well, I don't think so. It's true. They lead the NFL in rushing yards because this offensive line has been amazing. They only had one nick in the scale or nick in the system, which was against Dallas, who has the best defense in the league right now. So I wouldn't really worry about that. But I think that the Giants are going to surprise a lot of people here. Go 4-1 in Lambeau Field. Or not in Lambeau Field, Jesus. In London.
In London.
And beat the Packers.
Hey, man, I'm going to keep saying it. You can't sleep on the Giants with the healthy Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, this is normally the week 4.
Yeah, this is the danger zone.
Yeah, and he's in London. At least they're not in MetLife. So that makes me feel better.
Well, I'm taking the Giants if it wasn't obvious.
It was fairly obvious, I'd say.
Full Giants. No
I am Going to go on to the next game here. Seattle Seahawks are taking on the New Orleans Saints. This game is in New Orleans. The Seahawks are being given 5.5 points on this one. Over under set at 45.5. Luke, what do you got?
Yeah, got another one of my picks.
You know this one. Give me Gino and the Seahawks.
Yes.
Straight on the money line?
Sure, baby.
Money line.
Yes,
Fuck the
sir.
spread.
This is my second pick. I mean, we'll just knock him out of the way early. I got Seattle fucking on the upset going into New Orleans. If Kamara's back or not, I don't really give a shit. I have the confidence that I've seen from Gino. He has that confidence in his receivers. Everybody else has more confidence because they feel like they're being able to give their own possessions and own rushes, like Penny said, without having to worry about Russell Wilson and what the hell he's going to do with the ball. And they have a system quarterback that just makes things a lot easier for them. I never was worried about their defense in the first place. And every game this year, I'm pretty sure they've put up 30 plus some points, like Detroit has, minus the San Francisco game. So,
Bro, everybody thought Seattle was about to hop into a rebuild, and Pete Carroll said, I don't got time for a rebuild. You see how old I am, bro? And Geno Smith said, yeah, we're good. We got, 2 years now? We got a bunch of draft picks because you got rid of that shitty-ass quarterback, and you got me still, so we're fine there. And, let's go win a Super Bowl in a couple of years. And he's like, yeah, all right, that sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Jesse, what do you got on this game?
The Saints play weird ball. I have no idea how this game's going to go, but I can tell you the Seahawks are definitely covering plus 5.5. This game will not be won at a touchdown or 6. Plus 5.5 for the motherfucking wow. Brain just went.
Yeah, this is actually going to be one of my picks too in this game. And I'm going with Seattle plus 5.5 on this one. I think that Seattle's a little shaky on defense. New Orleans is really shaky everywhere, kind of. So I'm going to take the plus 5.5 on this one. With the number being 5.5, you either take the dog, in my opinion, or you don't touch it because 5.5 is an ugly, ugly number.
Can you put up the pick records again? Just remind me and the people.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Oh, look at you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Okay. Next game we have up, the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing in Buffalo. Pittsburgh's being given 14 points in this one. The over-under is 46.5. Kenny Pickett will be the starting quarterback.
I've never been more excited for a football game this year. I am
so excited. Preying on this man's downfall.
Red Zone off and just watch this shit.
You are drinking the haterade all the way.
I am so excited. I get to watch the team that I have winning the Super Bowl go up against who I think is going to be the biggest bust out of the draft class. So I'm obviously going to take Buffalo. I think a lot of people will say maybe they will, maybe they won't. I think they will cover this minus 14. Why? Because Pittsburgh's offensive line has proven that it is terrible. And I don't think that Buffalo's defense is going to play shitty against them. There's no reason that they shouldn't demolish them defensively. Josh Allen will get a couple touchdowns, and I think it will be an easy couple tutty game. They win by a couple tutties. That's what I mean.
So the Bills should indeed smack the dog shit out of the Steelers. Should be a pretty easy game. That plus 14, that is a lot of points. But they should cover.
Especially in the National Football League.
They
with
should.
A good Pittsburgh defense. No Kenny Pickett's garbage. But Minkah Fitzpatrick and that defense cannot be slept on.
Taking the over in this game, you can take that as a pick. I still believe. I really don't think that plus 14 is going to get covered, to be honest. But I like the over 45.5. I mean, 46.5.
I am going to have to go next year because I feel the opposite way in both categories. I think that Pittsburgh very well could cover a plus 14 with a shaky possible performance here. I don't think that Buffalo is going to pop them, left and right, like making Pittsburgh's defense look like it's not Pittsburgh's defense, because it is at the end of the day Pittsburgh's defense. I don't think that Pittsburgh's offense is going to have a lot of success. I think Najee Harris will not have a good game. I think the run game is going to be shut down relatively well. So they're going to force Kenny Pickett to throw the ball. And I think that's exactly what they're going to try to do. But I do think they can cover plus 14. It's a lot of points in the NFL. And I go with the under, especially if the Bills are going to end up putting a whopping on them. I can predict like maybe a 31-10 final, but I think that if they put a smacking on them, there will be no offense, and this game will not be on red zone very often because the Bills are just going to be basically walking all over. But I would go under, and I would go with the plus 14. It's a lot of points in the NFL. Luke?
Well, you see, it's really just going to go basically how Dylan said it.
Thank you.
The Bills are just going to mollywop them. They had a shit week last week. Yes, they won, but it was still a shit week. They got off to a god-awful start. We're getting bullied. But they came back and win it, so that's good. They're still going to be wanting some vengeance for that shitty start. They're going to start off very strong. And I'm predicting maybe the first touchdown is going to be Bills defense.
Yeah, sure.
Not a bad prediction, even though he hasn't.
All right, he's done some predictions like that before. I won't hold it against him. But actually, I'm gonna add the under 46.5 as one of my picks for this weekend. So
that's your third.
Seattle plus 5.5, and we're going
that's your second
under 46.5 in this one. The next game we have up, the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears are being given 7.5 in this one, over under at 43.5.
Anyone, I just want to say this. We'll pick our games, but anyone with money should not bet this game.
Oh, no, you should not.
Yeah, don't touch the game. Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Unless you're throwing Vikings money line in your parlay, but that's minus 380. So, like, why do that to yourself?
Right.
If you don't think.
Parlay.
Yeah, throw it in a parlay. Why not? But we're gonna move on because that game's garbage. Next up, we got the Houston Texans going to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. The Houston Texans are getting 7 points in this one, over under at 43.5. Luke.
I'll go.
Dylan.
Yeah, go.
All right, so I just want to say that I think that the Jaguars are a lot better football team than they have been previously. That's obvious, right? Now, it's weird seeing them getting a touchdown to anyone just in the position that they've been put in. But there's one thing that I do want to point out because I was stat hunting for Cider Mills, a.k.a. Davis Mills. On the road and at home, he's a different QB. At home, he plays like he can actually be a franchise quarterback. He's only thrown 3 interceptions, 12 touchdowns, and he's played very well. On the road, that's when he only has 4 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, and it's terrible. So, this game is in Houston, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's in Jacksonville?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay, so it's in Jacksonville, which increases the chances of them covering +7 and give me Jacksonville all the way. Yeah.
Decreases the chance of them covering +7. Increases the chance of Jacksonville covering -7.
That's what I meant.
I just want the words out of your mouth to be accurate. Luke.
All right. I had to find the lines and I couldn't find the game in the sports book quick enough.
I told you the lines.
I was trying to find. But
what you got?
I mean, still having a hard toss up between the Houston Texans and Jaguars because I mean I love my boy Mills and I think he can do damage, but damn, Jacksonville has been looking
hard out of
better. Because I'm going Jacksonville. Give me the spread -7.
That is one of my picks. I am taking Jacksonville -7 because that defense is better than people are giving it credit for, and that offense is a whole different team with Doug Peterson behind coaching. And I like it. Give me -7 Jacks. Lock it in as a pick.
This man's making Urban Meyer look so fucking bad.
So bad.
So bad.
Was so fucking bad.
Terrible.
So
well,
bad.
yeah, but I mean, I didn't think that he'd come in and turn this into a good football team.
You would have won more games than they did last year.
Yes, that may or may not be true. All I'm saying is he didn't have to go and turn it around like that. I mean, why couldn't he come coach the fucking Lions back then? All right.
He did that for the Eagles too.
I think that if I had to make a bet on this game, I'm taking the Jaguars -7 too. They're just a different football team right now, and Houston is not anywhere near that level of football. The next game we have up, though, the Miami Dolphins heading to New York with Teddy Bridgewater as their quarterback to take on the New York Jets. The Jets are getting 3 points in this one. So Miami is the favorite. Over-under set at 45.5 points. Dylan.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Miami in this bitch. I'm gonna be honest with you. Zach Wilson still did not play that good of football last game. He still threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, but Giselle's single now.
Creaked over 200 yards. Giselle,
come on.
He's got new motivation.
But a lot of people got to remember, Teddy Bridgewater is not the reason that Miami lost that game last week, and he's still a decent quarterback. He does really good against the spreads. I'm gonna take the Dolphin spread.
I got this game being a little different than people probably assume, and I have the Jets putting up 3 touchdowns, but the fucking Dolphins are going to put up 4. I don't know how. Can't tell you. Run game's going to be established because the Jets can't guard the run game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
I think Tyreek Hill's going to ball out. I think Waddle's going to ball out. I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to ball out. I think the gods of football are going to send some Tua from the hospital, from home energy into this man's veins, and he's just going to go off for like 400 yards. That's not biased. I did pick him up in fantasy, though.
Ball out for Tua. That's what they're going to do. Miami's going to win this bitch because the Jets are not.
And you heard it here first, folks. There's no other way to put it. I mean, one team's going to score more points than the other at the end of the day. And this is my final pick. I'm taking Miami -3 against the Jets on this one. That is my final pick for the NFL Week 5 picks. Lock it in. Seattle +5.5, under 46.5 in Pittsburgh and Buffalo, and Miami -3 against the Jets. Next game we have up, the Atlanta Falcons head to Tampa Bay to take on the Tampa Bay newly single Buccaneers. Atlanta's getting +10 in this game, over under at 46.5. Jesse.
I have the Buccaneers putting a pure clinic on these boys in Atlanta. I think this is going to be like a 30-14, 30-7 game.
Oh my God, yeah. Tampa Bay is going to demolish them. Brady, it was family and football. Not anymore, motherfucker. It's just football. He's
no more family.
And ball out. You have Atlanta with no Cordero Patterson. That's a big blow. Their defense hasn't been anything that spectacular till last week. I think it's going to be a clinic. Give me the Bucs covering this spread, and I think the Bucs are going to win by 2 touchdowns or more.
Brady's going to have his revenge game of being the newly single person. Then the Bucs defense is going to shove it down their throat because they're going to have to answer for that god-awful performance from last week. Because I don't know what the fuck that was. But they're going to be answering for that.
For real, they got embarrassed.
Jake, you don't got to worry.
They might not.
Jake, need a big game from Brady and Evans.
They're all back.
Will you get one?
There's a chance the defense might not let up a point.
Evans is back. Godwin is back. Fournette. Everybody's back on that fucking team. They're just going to eat. They're just going to eat.
They're just going to eat. I have Tampa Bay easily in this one. I think they cover the 10. I think they cover 20, potentially. I think that Brady's going to be pissed off. You might see tablets breaking even when they're doing good because he's just mad.
All game.
I'm going to need a TV from Lenny.
You're going to get this all game. They're going to keep scoring and keep winning, and Tom's going to come back to the bench.
Breaking shit.
Nah. Head down. Just head down, Tom, the whole game.
Nah, you don't get head down Tom like that.
He will just keep scoring and scoring.
I will hand you a $20 bill if he's head down Tom the entire game. Yeah, I'll shake on that when I see it for Beer League. 11-15 puck drop if anyone's interested. Anyways, the next game we have up is the Detroit Lions heading to New England to take on the Patriots. The Lions are getting 3.5 points here. The over-under is 45.5. We might score 45. Not sure. We just have a good offense. Over. Jesse, we'll go to you first.
You can take the over in a Lions victory. We are not losing to a Matt Patricia-led anything, and I don't think Zappy's that guy. I don't care what he did in that game against Green Bay.
No.
He's not that guy.
I mean, he's not Kenny Pickett, but he's not that guy.
Glenn is on the
Kenny
fucking
Pick
shot clock.
it.
Aaron Glenn has to make that defense work, and he has to get some stops. Give me Lions money line. Pick. That's one of my picks.
Yeah, I have to agree with him on that one. Only because I don't see New England and Zappy getting 30 points. The Lions are gonna get 30-plus points because that's what we do. I think that Amon-Ra's looking like he's gonna play, and the only notable inactive I'm seeing on that offensive
He practiced
line,
today?
Yeah, and the only notable inactive that they rolled out is DeAndre Swift and DJ Chark.
He ain't practiced at all.
So I feel better about that, and yeah, I'm gonna exactly what Jesse said. I'm gonna take that pick as well. Give me Detroit.
Yeah, because I know that Amon-Ra this morning they were saying he was going to try to practice. So
yeah, I believe
he did practice. They updated it.
No, he tried and he went well.
Good.
Give me the Lions. Rawr.
There's your clip.
My guy. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm taking the Lions too in this one. I'll take the spread or the money line. Doesn't matter. We have to win though, so money line, for sure. Man, yeah. If Aaron Glenn can figure out how to get at least 2 punts, I mean, we should be fine, right?
You think?
The over/under, not on FanDuel, I couldn't find it, but the over/under for punts, I think it was on Caesars Sportsbook, is New England over/under 3.5 punts in the game. So for fun, what do you guys think? Over/under 3.5.
Bet the fucking
Over.
under.
Over.
Life's
It needs
too
to be
short
over.
Or baby.
under.
I'm going over. I'm going over. Hold on, I'm gonna keep track of this real quick. Over/under 3.5 punts by the Patriots. So Jesse, you got the over.
Yep.
I got the over. Dylan, you got the under.
Yeah.
Luke, over/under 3.5 punts by the Patriots.
Over. Life's too short to bet the under.
Yeah, man. It's on me.
One of Ty's picks is an under.
I know.
We're not talking about
Don't
that.
believe everything you read.
Talking about
Don't
this.
judge a book by its cover either.
You're right. I stereotyped you for a minute. You're right.
Yeah, don't do that to me. I'm not that. Next game we got up, Tennessee Titans heading to Washington to play the Washington Commanders. Dylan,
Okay,
what do you have
first.
happening in this one?
Nah, you go first, because clearly you think they're gonna lose. I want to hear why you think Washington's gonna
No,
win.
I have the Tennessee Titans winning this game for sure. Washington's absolute garbage. That's all I got really. I mean, the King's gonna eat. Washington's gonna starve.
Yeah, I mean, I agree pretty much. I think this is gonna be a boring game. This is gonna be an under. I'll just keep it real with you. Are they both talking? Are they both talking
about the punts? Wild Fuller, take the over. Pooch, over.
I understand. But for this game, this is going to be an under. I think this game's going to be pretty boring. A lot of field goals, in my opinion. Burks
More than
out.
Thursday?
I think it's just going to be a
More field goals than Thursday, Dylan?
What'd you say?
More field goals than Thursday Night Football?
Oh, hell no. Because Derrick Henry's still going to eat, and I think he'll get in the end zone more than once. So, yeah, give me Tennessee.
Well, this one's interesting because I'm going to be taking Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders.
I can't help but feel disrespected. Why?
Well, you see, they finally got their man's back from getting shot. He might be playing this. He might be playing
gone forever. Aaron.
Okay, they're about to be playing the fuck out of there. They're going to be playing their asses off.
Nobody's in the league more than Carson Wentz. Nobody.
Yeah.
They're fifth. They're fifth least in the fucking NFL in rushing because they have no O line. They're number one in the NFL in getting sacked because they have no O line. You know what? A really solid defensive line.
Yeah, 2 good games, 2 shit games.
I am baffled at the statement you are making right now.
You think it's a lie? I'm pulling
The
up the stat right
Commanders winning this game.
now. Oh yeah. Facts.
Oh my
Facts.
God!
How? It's disrespectful.
Jake, anything makes you drink.
That was
What was I
weird.
called for?
Oh,
So it's just another Friday for Jake. I'm sorry. I'll see him tonight. He's gonna beat my ass for that.
And scene. All right. All right. Next up.
I'm dead.
Next up. Did we finish that game? Tennessee and Washington. Are we done with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Tennessee, the one with less chromosomes, has Washington.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got
the
LA Chargers.
Big talk coming from you. Big talk coming from you.
The next game we got up. We got the LA Chargers. We got the LA Chargers taking on the Cleveland Browns, whose starting quarterback still is not playing because he has less chromosomes than both of these guys.
I got a pick.
So the LA Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. Dylan.
I got a pick on this game. I'm taking all dogs this week. Give me dog after dog after dog. Give me the Cleveland Browns. Why? Because there's a lot of things just in the realm of perspective in the betting world and this and that I feel like is going in favor here, okay? You have Cleveland, who just lost a bad game. You have the Chargers, who just won a pretty bad game. And by bad, I mean defensively and then that offensively. But you can't take away the fact that their number is still number 2 in rushing in the league with Nick Chubb, and that offense is still very solid, even though they don't have a quarterback because Amari Cooper has been playing like a prime wide receiver. If we're going to take – who are they playing again? Remind me real quick. Chargers, yes.
Chargers.
Sorry, I blanked real quick. Sorry. But on the Chargers side, I still think that even though offensively they prove that even though Herbert, only has a couple ribs, that he can still ball out with Austin Eckler, and that's not going to be a problem. But this defense still hasn't proven anything, to me at least, when giving up 27-some points to Houston, and I haven't seen anything that impressive from him. So I am not confident in the Chargers.
Listen, they might have given 27 points up to Houston. Okay, it happened. But one of the main issues we saw from the Chargers defense last year was executing on stopping the run, and I think they've done that fine. They have shown.
Dameon Pierce had over 130 rushing yards against them last year.
You know who Dameon Pierce is? Just because he's a rookie doesn't mean he hasn't been a dog.
But you can't hype up on how good their run defense is if he just did that to him last week. It's clearly not that good.
I mean, Dameon Pierce.
Tampa Bay has a good run defense, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and my dog over at Kansas City just ran all over them. Are you going to say Tampa doesn't have a good run defense?
Their entire offense ran over them. Passing, running, blocking-wise. Did you check the fucking the points per pass? Or the yards per pass? Geez, not points per pass. Yards per pass?
Wasn't it like 15?
Yes. It was so bad, Jesse. But all I'm saying is that I can't let you say they have a good run defense when someone who, yes, he's a dog. I am not taking any disrespect on him. But if he just went and did that to him last week, what does it make you think that Nick fucking Chubb, the leading rusher, isn't going to go crazy on him?
Hey, Nick Chubb's going to do what Nick Chubb does. I'm just backing up their run defense.
Who do you got?
Chargers. That's one of my picks. Easy Chargers.
Oh, it is.
Chargers.
That finishes out.
You're muted.
I like that. I like that we're riding against on a pick.
Chargers money line?
Chargers money line.
I got Cleveland money line.
That wraps up your 3.
Would you like to list off my 3 for the people?
Dylan, did you say Chargers money line too?
No, I Cleveland money line.
He's going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's beef.
There's totally beef.
Okay, so that locks in Dylan and Jesse with their picks today.
My pick's already locked in, but I kind of,
we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I realized that you just realized that you didn't. Okay. Giants money line, Seattle money line, Cleveland money line. That's what you got for Dylan. Jesse, Jacksonville -7, Lions money line, Chargers money line. Luke, what do you got?
All right, we got the underdog lay.
Yes,
Giants, Lions, and Seahawks.
I love it.
50 get you 1344.
I'm loving it, Luke.
1,344.
I'm riding it. I hope you hit.
These are just money lines, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right, Giants money line, Lions money line, Seahawks money line. The NFL's been about dogs this year, so we'll see. We'll see. But we got a couple more games to cover still. So, with the Chargers and Browns game, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns money line.
Disgusting.
Smart man.
It is despicable and disgusting, but I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns money line. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are being given 6.5, and this one might be one of the ugliest ones on Sunday. The over-under is set at 38.5. Like Jesse said, it's at 38.5 for a reason.
Take the under.
Two offenses that continue to struggle. San Francisco 49ers and Carolina Panthers. Jesse, we'll go with you first.
21-7. 21-10 at max. Actually, 27-10 is my score.
I like 21-10 San Francisco.
They get a couple field goals in there for 49ers. I just feel like they'll definitely get 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals.
I say 21-6. I say Carolina gets 2 field goals.
I can see something around there. I mean, it's basically pretty simple as this.
Carolina's got a good point.
There is just
Carolina is worst in yards per play in the league. When it comes to defensive yards per play, like allowing the best in the league, San Francisco is there. It's pretty simple. Carolina's not going to be getting a lot of yards unless McCaffrey has one of the games of his life. So, yeah, San Francisco should destroy them.
Which that usually involves him getting hurt.
Yeah, it's week 4.
Yeah, it's a third quarter injury.
That same Saquon.
It is week 5.
That applies.
It is week 5. It is week 5.
Week 5.
It is week 5.
Got one more week. Okay.
Dylan. Well, I mean, this game's going to be mucky. But we just had a game where there wasn't a single fucking touchdown. Are we really going to see more of that? Are we really going to see more of that muckiness? I don't think so.
Football historians are saying that was the worst football game of all time on Thursday. So
12-9 only field goals. I was looking at other games in here just to find the no touchdown bet just to see what the odds were. Then I looked up and I seen it on Instagram. I was like, God damn, someone actually hit off that.
2 people did. One for 100 and one for 250. Someone put 250 on that shit.
Jesus. Well, I'm going to have to take the 49ers. I don't know what else to say. This one's going to be mucky.
Yeah, I think it's going to be mucky too. And because it's going to be mucky, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers plus 6.5. I think it's a 3-point game, and I think it's disgusting.
That's my mucky game of the week.
That is a mucker right there. That's a mucker. But the next game we have up, Philadelphia Eagles are going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Now, if you guys saw Jalen Hurts' press conference, he was not asked earlier in the week about the Cardinals at all in their press conference. They did not ask him a single question about preparing for the Cardinals. And at the end of the press conference, he said, the Cardinals are a good team. And you guys didn't ask me a single question about the game against the Cardinals this Sunday. And that was interesting. And I like that Jalen Hurts thought about the fact that no one asked him about that game. And the fact that the media is already overlooking the Arizona Cardinals as a lock-in win. What do you guys think, though? Philadelphia, are they going to stay undefeated?
Battle of the Birds.
Yeah, I mean, A.J. Brown.
Battle.
Going crazy.
Is there another COD beta this weekend?
No COD beta to worry about.
We might get a game.
Enough distractions.
We might get a game.
No
I
COD.
feel like Arizona snaps.
He's got to create his own game? Uh-oh.
I feel like Arizona snaps this streak, but that's so wild.
Yeah, well, Kyler Murray is getting all jittery because it's getting close to COD being released, and he can't hold it in anymore. And he's about to unleash on the Eagles and snap their undefeated streak.
Like an anime character on the field, like
I'm charging up.
I'm taking Philly. I'm not feeling the way y'all are feeling. I'm taking Philly on this one. I think Philly is going to go to 5-0. I think that A.J. Brown is going to continue to be the best wide receiver on the road in the NFL. Tear them apart, and Philly should win.
Well, with as many times as we parted our ways on picks, I'm comfortable.
All right, let me give you something. So, the Phillies are in the playoffs, right? They're in the wild card,
and they just won.
The Eagles have a game on Sunday. It's only fitting that this high that Philadelphia is on comes to a slight halt.
I knew it.
I think the Phillies get eliminated and the Eagles lose on Sunday. And I think Philadelphia takes a step back and checks themselves because they're still hot fucking garbage. All right, Philly? Cardinals fucking money line. Tweet that.
If Tyler isn't in on the podcast Monday,
Eagles minus 5.5 at the end of the day.
It's because the Phillies and the Eagles both won. Very simple.
No comment.
Very simple to figure it out, people.
Zero comment. We got 3 games left. Let's take it to the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. I know Dylan was feeling a certain way before the podcast about this game. We talked about it. I don't know if he's still feeling the same way, but before we get to that, Wild Fuller says Travis would be proud of me. Give me the Eagles. And we got the perfect approach here from Jake saying, screw Travis, Philadelphia teams blow hot ass. Yes, that is the kind of energy I'm looking for. Dallas Cowboys and Los Angeles Rams. The Dallas Cowboys are being given plus 5.5 in this game. The over-under is set at 42.5 points. Dylan.
I have the Los Angeles Rams by a field goal. Game winner down to the wire. Fucking Dallas just took the lead. Stafford needs his first comeback of the year, gets that drive, and they get a field goal to win the game. That's the vibes I'm feeling. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I know how good Dallas' defense is. Trust me, I know. I've seen the stats. Micah Parsons, all of them are just eating defensively. And I think that it's going to be probably a 17-17 game around like the last final minutes where the Rams get a game-winning drive.
I gave you all that time to say what your bet was, but I guess I'll do it for you.
I'm
Dallas
taking
Cowboys
the Los
plus
Angeles
5.5.
Rams money line.
Well, you said Rams by a field goal. Why would you not take Dallas to cover 5.5 points?
You know,
That's it. It's just
now I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing now.
Dylan, do you have the Rams winning by 3?
Yeah, I said Rams by a field goal.
Do you have them winning by any more than 3?
No, they're winning on a game-winning field goal.
All right. For the people out there that are betting, the line is 5.5 points. Dylan's taking the Cowboys plus 5.5 because the Rams will win by 3 points.
And it's a better
Jesse.
I am on the other side of the spectrum, and I believe the Cowboys are going to win on a field goal. By a field goal, I should say, because I think Stafford's going to throw an interception and fumble the ball to end this game.
Let the Lions draft pick get better.
And I just don't see the Rams winning this game with the production they've had on offense when it comes to the line having problems going against such a strong defense from the Cowboys. I definitely see a possible defensive touchdown from the Cowboys, but I'm not going to say that. I do have Cowboys money line.
Well, Diggs will get a pick, and Parsons will get a couple sacks, so that's good right there.
Well, I think y'all are forgetting a little somebody who's on the Dallas Cowboys.
Nobody forgot about Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, who, I mean, man's unstoppable right now. And Matthew Stafford is blowing hot garbage since the start of this season.
Yes, man.
And
he really is.
I mean, Cooper Rush is playing for his job. And
Cooper Rush is undefeated in this league.
He is.
Undefeated in this league.
He's making it hard for Jerry to pull him out.
He really is.
Will
Jerry pull out?
Even though Jerry said that
Jerry never pulls
there's
out.
no way I see us not playing a healthy Dak Prescott over Cooper Rush, but he keeps winning games.
Yeah. Hey, look, if Cooper Rush beats the Rams, hey, that's something. I'm taking Dallas plus 5.5 though. I think the Rams have been super duper shaky, just like Cincinnati after coming off a really good season last year. Have some tweaks they need to make, obviously, this year. Cincinnati's doing a better job of figuring it out than the Rams are so far, and I think that Matthew Stafford has struggled this year. As much as I supported the Rams this year, I want the Lions draft pick to be better, so I can't really support them as much this year. And, Matthew Stafford got his ring, so it doesn't matter anymore. I don't care. I just wanted him to make his point. He made his point. Case closed. The Rams are losing this game. Dallas is going to cover 5.5 if the Rams fucking somehow do win this game. But Cooper Rush is undefeated in this league, and I think it stays that way. So I'm going to take Dallas plus 5.5. I'm not going to give you Dallas money line as much as I want to. I think that plus 5.5 is the right play.
The Phillies' undefeated streak is going to.
Oh. And then Dak Prescott's going to come in for the Eagles game, get smacked by the Eagles, go to play the Lions, get smacked by
he'll be out at halftime.
Nah, you're paying him.
If Cooper Rush is on the sideline and they're playing the Eagles and they're down by 14 at half, you best believe Cooper Rush is going to be starting the second half, especially if Dak doesn't look right in the first half.
It's the 5-0 Eagles.
I guarantee you.
It's the 5-0 Eagles.
I bet you that no, because they're not going to want to lose that in-division game. Cooper Rush will come in at halftime if Dak is not playing well against the Eagles.
Yeah.
I will bet you $100 and
Jerry
shake
Jones
on that.
will call
Damn.
that the fucking halftime.
I almost want the Eagles to win, to go into the Dallas game undefeated, to go up against undefeated Cooper Rush, for Cooper Rush to shit all over the Eagles and ruin it.
He's not gonna play that game. Dak will be playing.
Dak would be back starting that game. There's no way that you don't put
Dak
your
in his house.
franchise quarterback back in when
unless
he's
he still can't grip the ball right, like right now.
Yeah. So time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Grip it right when
just
he
have
was
Cooper Rush start the game, then throw Dak in.
Just because he's 12-21 against playoff teams.
Maybe they'll go like every other or some shit. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like Michigan.
As long as he starts, we're good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Think about the next play.
But we got to talk about two more games here. Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens are the next up. The Bengals are being given 3.5 points. The over/under is 47.5. This game is in Baltimore. Jesse.
This game is tearing me in half. For fantasy purposes, I want Lamar Jackson to go crazy, and I also love how he's playing on his contract year, and I just want him to ball out this season for the contract year. But at the same time, Joey B and the Bengals are my dogs. So, I'm going to take that plus 3.5 and call this game a field goal game. That's it.
I think that Baltimore is going to put on a show. But there's one thing that slipped my brain, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. And that is last year.
You're ugly.
When this man, Joey B, played against the Baltimore Ravens.
He smacked the piss out of him.
Put on clinics. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, just balled the fuck out. And I kind of, as much as I hate the Bengals, okay? Fuck the Bengals. I love the narrative, and I love my fairy tale stories, and I love Joey B going in under the bright lights in Baltimore and doing it again to them. I'm going to take Cincinnati money line.
Over. Definitely bet the over this game.
Oh, hell
Give
yeah.
me the Ravens minus 3.5.
Let's hear it.
Well, Lamar's going to keep going crazy, like we all know. And, the Bengals are going to put up a fight, but at the end of the day, Lamar's playing too good of ball to really, he had his little choke game last week. That's over with. You got to have your little choke game, a little bad game in the season. That's done. Push to the side.
They have choked twice already in 50% of their games so far.
Even better.
But the team did.
Yes.
Okay. But you gotta get those out. You rather them now than later in playoffs when it's the real time to shine. But anyways,
don't do what Kyler Murray did.
They're gonna get a comeback. They're gonna be hungry after losing last week in the way they did.
Ty, who you got?
Respect the response.
All right. Well, I got the Bengals. I got the Bengals covering plus 3.5, and honestly, I would bet the over in this one too. So I would put those two together if you're gonna make a little same gamer. But Cincinnati plus 3.5. Take the over 47.5. Take Lamar Jackson for a rushing touchdown, and take Jamar Chase for an anytime touchdown as well. And maybe T. Higgins too. And I bet you got a pretty good payout there. So I just gave you a same game parlay. You probably bet that. But that's my pick for that game. I think the Bengals and the Ravens is going to be like a freaking shootout. And I think that if there's any third game for Baltimore to blow a lead on, it's probably this one. So if they're up at halftime, you best believe I'm live betting Cincinnati as well.
Fuck yeah.
I'll definitely do that. But One more game left, and that's Monday night. Oh, I forgot we don't do Monday night. So that being said, we got college football next. So
bunch of good games this week.
A lot of good games this week for college. Where do you want to start? I have Nebraska, Rutgers.
That game's live right now. So
who's winning?
Start with that.
Good for them. All right, let's move on.
Why don't we just?
All right, let's start with Michigan and Indiana.
That's exactly where I'm at. Perfect.
Let's start with Michigan and Indiana. Luke.
Well, I
Let's
mean,
get this out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, JJ didn't look the best last week, but
I do love your honesty about your quarterbacks, though.
Thank you. But I mean, this could be a little bounce back game for him to get his shit back on track and back into being a fucking stellar ass quarterback who can make big plays. Because if he can do that without struggling, that's just gonna prepare him for prepare him for the MSU game, but mostly the OSU game at the end of the season. And that kind of has to start now, not later.
Definitely has to start now. I did not give it to you, but I'll give it to you now. Michigan minus 22.5. Indiana's getting plus 22.5 in this game. Over-under set at 59.5.
I think they're finally they got their wake-up calls. They got to get down to their grit, serious type fucking top-tier football. I think it starts this week, and I think they cover this and start moving on in a very good direction.
Dylan, what do you think? Michigan covering 22.5 points against Indiana?
It's another day in the Cupcake Factory. Indiana's nothing special. Michigan's a good team. I don't see a scenario where Michigan won't cover because last week they had a pretty bad week, even though they played pretty well. But for what they've been playing bad. So I think, like Luke said, they'll have a bounce back week. They'll put up 40, 50 points. Indiana is fucked. So yeah, that's how I feel.
I do think they'll cover the spread, and that's the sad part.
All right. Well, I think they'll cover the spread too. I think this game won't be fun to watch. I haven't watched the Michigan game yet this year. I probably won't watch this one either. I'm still waiting for a good one. So
I promise you guys right now, there is a fucking 90% chance that the only game you watch is Michigan, Ohio State.
I'm probably gonna watch the Michigan
State, Ohio State. You mean?
Michigan, Ohio State. I don't.
The only Michigan game I watch.
I don't see you watching any other Michigan games here.
You think I'm gonna watch Michigan versus Michigan State?
That blowout? I'm not.
I've seen crazier things.
I have, but I will say this:
we won last year with running back getting 5 touchdowns, didn't we? I mean, no one expected that to happen.
That man was a different man.
No one expected that to happen.
Everyone knew he was coming.
Let's move on, though. Let's talk about Missouri and Florida. Any peak interest there?
Hell yeah, let's talk about it.
Missouri is getting 10.5 here, plus 320 on the money line, over under 53.5 going into the swamp. Dylan?
Yeah, I a lot of people, and by a lot of people, I don't know why the fuck I said that. Me, threw kind of a
one person, one man.
Threw kind of a shot over at the quarterback of, basically saying over at the quarterback on the Florida side that he can't throw the ball, and he's basically just running the ball. And then he went on through 400 yards and shut my mouth up. So with that, I'm not going to make that same mistake twice, and I'm going to take Florida winning. I'm going to take Florida covering that spread.
Is that a pick?
No.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you, Dylan.
All my picks are dogs.
I was going to say. Florida, take them on the spread.
Yeah, I would take Florida spread too. Missouri's a hard-nosed, smash mouth football program, but you're heading into the swamp, and Florida's a good football team this year. I know they've lost some games that they should have won, but they're a good football team. I think they cover this spread against Missouri. Luke, do you have anything on this game?
I guess Florida.
All right, for sure. I didn't want to have to pander you and have you, maybe not even fucking be interested. So let's move on to the next game here, eh? Next up, we got Arkansas taking on Mississippi State, number 23.
Hell yeah.
Arkansas is getting 9.5 points in this game. The over/under is 57.5. Dylan?
If you watched the last podcast, you know how I feel about Mississippi State right now.
I
was riding them going into Texas
and you wanted them to be ranked.
And they won. I wanted them ranked. They're 23rd. I like this offense a lot against this Arkansas defense. And I think that the biggest part of it is just the fact that they can run the ball and throw the ball at such a consistent rate, and they've done it every game this year. KJ Jefferson, yes, I understand the hype at Arkansas. You're 3-2 though, and there's some games that you should have won.
Take the over.
Won because you played Alabama, but I get that. But yeah, I'm taking Mississippi State. And if you want to know what I'm taking betting wise, I'm going to have them covering -9.
Is that a pick?
No, all my picks are dogs in college.
All right. Jesse, anything on this game? Arkansas and Mississippi State?
All I got to tell you is that Arkansas is going to lose this game, but it's going to be an over if you want to make that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was thinking, too. Over 57.5. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm not taking that as a pick, but I would take that if I had to give you a pick. Lou, you got anything on this one?
No.
All right. Next up, we got Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma now unranked. Texas also unranked. It is a 7.5-point differential. Oklahoma getting 7.5 at home. The over/under is 65.5. What do we got in this one?
I got the Longhorns handling business and covering that -7.5 spread. Put it in the books as a pick.
Now, there's one thing that I want to mention that's a big factor, and if you think Dylan Gabriel is going to be playing this game by halftime, you are out of your fucking mind. There is no way. So, you got to look at who's next on the Oklahoma quarterback list. I did a little bit of digging, and you know what I found? Not shit. So, give me Texas in a massacre. This is going to be the first time in 40-plus years Oklahoma has lost 3 straight games. And it's going to shake a lot of people's heads, but it's going to happen. Give me Texas.
Luke.
Well, fuck, I guess give me Texas Tech.
Come again, sir. Sounded like you said Texas Tech.
That's what I thought you said.
Isn't that Oklahoma State?
It is Oklahoma.
No, Oklahoma and Texas.
Cares, same thing.
Not at all.
Is Oklahoma State playing Texas Tech the same week that Texas is playing Oklahoma?
Yes, that's
funny.
insane.
That's funny. No, we're on the Texas and Oklahoma game, my guy.
Well, same thing.
Still taking Texas.
My pick still stands. Texas.
Okay. Texas is also where I'm going to stand on this one. Oklahoma, fraudulent. Texas, not fraudulent. Texas was competing with Alabama. Let's not forget that. So I'm going to go with Texas covering the 7.5 here.
Now let's get into the fucking game of the week and my first pick. I already know where you're going because I'm on FanDuel. And
the next game we got up is TCU going to Kansas. Kansas is getting 7 points.
I want the Jayhawks. I wanted them, and I wasn't able to use them as a pick last week, and I was so fucking mad we didn't have a pod, and I wasn't able to lock that in, and I couldn't get that off. But thank God that this is the game that is happening because I love that College Game Day is going to be there. The atmosphere is going to be packed in Kansas. I love that this offense is so high explosive. Fucking God, I can't remember his first name, but Daniels, the quarterback, is so electric and explosive. I understand what everyone's going to say about how good this TCU offense is. They are top 5 in college football right now, and they put up points, but I think that Kansas is going to be able to win this game in an absolute shootout. Give me the Jayhawks, and they're going to 6-0 on the money line.
It's crazy that that's one of my picks of taking.
You got Kansas too?
Also taking Kansas money line.
Yeah,
this is gonna be really awkward. Let's just go full box here because I'm taking Kansas money line as one of my picks too. So, I mean,
let's go cue the music, baby. This is a dub.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
All the way Kansas, baby, and that's what you love to see. You know what
Sorry
that means?
to disappoint, but that's not one of my picks.
Yeah. You know what that means for TCU? It's a bad day to be TCU.
I guess so. I mean, I'll take I'll take them, but they're not one of my picks.
But you got to take them. They're going to make their first bowl appearance since 2008. People aren't ready for the Jayhawks, baby. I don't even know if that's a real fucking thing.
There's a more important game that I have a pick for.
Maybe there is, but that's going to be a very, very hype game. What's next?
Definitely. Definitely. The next game that we have up is number 8, Tennessee, going to number 25, LSU. LSU is at home, but getting 3 points in this game. They are plus 126 in the money line. Over under set at 64.5 points.
I got another pick, and I got another dog. In the Bayou, give it 3. Tennessee leads the SEC with 559 offensive yards. But for some reason, and I said Daniels for fucking last game, but I meant to say him this game. Jane Daniels, the quarterback, I think is going to pop off and have a great game. And I'm going to take LSU on a game-winning field goal. Give me LSU. Bada bing, bada boom.
Is that one of your picks?
That's my second pick.
Oh, well, that's crazy. I'm
Don't
going to
tell
round
me.
out with my third pick.
Don't tell me.
Yes, Dylan, we have another one of these because I am taking Tennessee money line.
Oh,
I believe
no.
they will come in here and they will beat them Tigers.
You ain't going to win no money off that game. I checked the lines. You're gonna hook the people up with what? Man, come on now. I'm trying to make some money on here.
Minus 152. You make some money on that.
You can?
Put it in the lay.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I am confident.
Minus 152 ain't
-3.
shit.
Fine. -3, people. Minus 110. You can do a little
Take
something
it.
like that.
There we
Take
go.
it.
If you put this in the lay, the 3, I got you.
Luke, you got a pick for Tennessee and LSU.
You know, I do kind of like the LSU vibes when they upset. I'll take some LSU action.
And they are at home. I think that LSU, though, this year has just been a choke artist. I am riding Tennessee on this one. Shout out Andrew Grayson in six-pack coverage. I'm taking Tennessee to win this one against LSU in the Bayou. That's what I'm taking. Next up, we have Auburn getting 28.5 points, heading down to Georgia to take on the Bulldogs.
Okay, can we all just agree on one thing? That
Yeah, sure.
we do not have this being Georgia winning by 28 points or more after what we saw the last
Oh, no, I have Auburn plus 28.5.
Okay, I just want to make sure we all agree on that.
That's my next pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were on Auburn money line. Shit.
Oh, shit. Luke, you go first.
Fuck your shit,
You
Luke.
start.
Fuck your shit.
Let's just say this isn't the only big upset that's going to be happening this week.
Oh my God.
You fucker, because I already know where you're going with this, and I know
Yeah.
you say Luke, and you're going to do the same shit you did last year for another clip.
Oh, my
I
God.
know this guy.
Well,
The number 1 team in the country, cough, cough.
I'm taking them. That's who I'm taking. I'm calling the upset. I'm hitting the upset button. Boop.
You got Auburn beating Georgia.
Yup.
By how?
Is that a pick?
I can make it one.
Make
Is
a
it?
pick.
Looks like we're booting out. Who are we booting out?
Is it? Are we locking it?
All right, sorry, Oregon minus 13.
Yeah, fuck that game.
We're going with the upset.
Auburn money line plus 2,000. Lock it in.
1,600.
I am taking Auburn plus 28.5. Not impressed with what Georgia has shown me the last 2 weeks. They've shown me slight bits of fraudulence. Slight bits of fraudulence are not good. I'm taking the plus 28.5. I think that's a lot of points, and I think they can definitely cover 4 touchdowns in this game. That's definitely where we're going. Wild Fuller 125 says this is a let's ride moment for sure right here. Definitely, Luke. Definitely a let's ride moment.
Gotta ride. I mean, I think that this game is going to go similar to the last couple games that Georgia's played in. I think early on they're going to be down. I think that eventually over time they'll get the lead and they'll win this game by like 7 to 10 points. I think it will be a relatively close game, and Georgia squeaks out another win.
No.
Jesse?
Georgia's not covering the spread.
Hell no.
There's no way.
Hell no.
Over and plus 28.5, but they're still going to lose. Georgia's going to win. But it'll be about like 21-14, not 28.
All right, we'll move on to the next game here. We have Utah taking on UCLA. Number 11 Utah at number 18 UCLA. UCLA getting 3.5 at home. So many teams are underdogs at home this week. But UCLA plus 146 on the money line. Over under is 64.5 points. Dylan.
I cannot go into last podcast, watch the entire UCLA game that I watched last week, talk the shit I talked about DTR, have them sitting at a team like Utah, who people are saying is like a top 5 team in the country, while they're undefeated and they're a fucking home dog. I gotta take DTR. I gotta take UCLA. That's 3 dogs in college, 3 dogs in UCLA. We're riding the dogs this week. It's dog after dog after dog after dog after dog after dog. And that's how we're feeling. Give me UCLA. Give me DTR. This game should be a phenomenal football game. UCLA is going to get the money line win at home. Boom.
Wow, Dylan, we're agreeing on a good amount of things today because I totally have UCLA taking the dub over here.
Fuck yeah. Is that another one of your picks?
No. I already cashed in my
Oh, okay. Bet.
I ain't got no more.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think that this game is going to be a really good game. UCLA being a home dog in this one, and like Dylan said, being undefeated, carrying that momentum right now. This one's going to be a really good football game. I personally hope that UCLA wins. If I had to give you a bet, I would give you plus 3.5 for UCLA. I think that this is going to be a high-scoring game, but I think it will be close all the way till the end. Definitely, Luke.
Hell
yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Let's go on to the next game.
This game.
Washington's going to cream Arizona State because they're selling. After that, though, we have number 3 Ohio State heading to East Lansing to take on the Spartan Dogs. Luke, the spread is 26.5 points. The Spartans are getting 26.5. Over under 64.5.
With all my heart, I hate Ohio State, and anytime MSU's not playing Michigan, I go for MSU. But, I don't know if I can trust them covering this spread. I don't know if I could do it. This
I'm
one's
so
a
nervous
tough one.
they're just going to run the score up.
I have to take Ohio State spread, but I don't want it to happen.
What's toxic is last year, the game was like a 22, 23-point spread, and I was so confident Michigan State could cover that. And then at halftime, I was like,
died.
oh my God, it's like 49-3. So, I feel like I'm just having deja vu. Because I feel like I'm going to say the same thing again and be just as heartbroken.
See where I'm torn?
But I'm going to take Michigan State plus 26.5 points against Ohio State.
Fuck it.
I'm going to take it, and it's my 3rd pick. So, lock that in. I'm taking Michigan State plus 26.5. Let's lose by less than 4 touchdowns, boys. We can do it.
We can do it, boys.
We can't.
This game makes me fucking ill, bro.
Plus 28. Not hitting. Minus 20. We're getting popped by 30.
Yeah, this game makes me ill. I think Fields is going to have a field day. Do I want to do it? You know what, Tyler? Your energy rubbed off on me, and I'm going to agree. We're not going to lose by 28. We're going to lose by 3 touchdowns, not 4. They're going to cover that shit.
Yeah.
Plus 28.5 MSU. Fuck yeah.
Let's fucking inject me with that.
Let's do it.
I got us getting collapsed.
See you later, alligator. I don't need that energy.
What happened to Jesse?
That energy isn't
I can
needed.
hear him laugh.
He's gone. Jesse. Where'd you go?
Jesse? Uh-oh.
What is
happening? I don't know.
Scream! You're in the same house. Scream!
I don't see him.
He's my perfecto lady.
Good now. I couldn't take it.
All right. Well, Jesse has us getting destroyed, and we'll move on to the next game. Number 16, BYU is going to Notre Dame, getting 3.5 points over under 50.5.
Notre Dame ain't shit. Give me the L. Notre Dame losing. BYU, money line, victory, ain't a pick. Notre Dame's trash. I don't care how many games they win. I don't care how many at all. They're trash. They're gonna lose to BYU.
I mean, you can't sit this. If I wish I was 21, I would make this bet all day. You sit this fucking +3 right here in front of my face at BYU going to Notre Dame, who's just absolute dog shit. Salivating at that bet. Give me BYU all day.
Salivate.
Salivation.
You know,
salvation.
There's not much I can add to this except for salvation.
Salvation Army. That's where Dylan gets all his clothes.
Makes a lot of sense.
What's the next game?
The next game we got up is Washington State University.
No.
I don't know. WSU is taking on my boys, the spread coverers, USC. Those are my boys, minus 12.5. They're getting 12.5. I don't know who WSU is. But
Washington State University, you were right.
Is it Washington State? Okay.
Yes.
Washington State getting 12.5, going to USC. I'm taking USC minus 12.5. These are the only games that I like staying up for, but this one's at 7:30. So, yes. USC, give me minus 12.5. We'll win by 2 touchdowns. We can do it. Dylan.
We can do it.
I agree 100%. I think that Washington State is good at one thing and one thing only, and that's their run game. And I think that there's a reason why they lead the Pac-12 with 94 rushing yards per contest. But it's very hard to win in the fucking Coliseum. It's very hard to win in USC. And I don't see a reason why their momentum would be stopped by Washington State. So I agree with everything Tyler just said. I'm also going to ride USC. And I think they're going to cover this.
USC. I'll take them. Sound good.
Thanks, Luke.
Give me a touchdown victory for USC.
Yes, sir.
You take.
That's what we like. That's a clean sweep, baby.
Sweet.
Next up. Oh, fuck me.
Just start with him.
Go ahead. Yeah. All right. We got Texas A&M going to Alabama, getting 23.5 points. And because he might say it, I'll say it out loud. Plus 1,160 on the money line is Texas A&M. The over-under is 49.5. Luke, shove it down the people's ears.
Give me that Texas A&M money line because they are going back to back. I don't give a fuck if the QB just got hurt. It doesn't matter. The power is just too fucking strong. Alabama can't handle it. Fisher's been talking this shit. He might have backpedaled a little bit. I don't give a fuck. He still said what he said. And now they're about to fucking march on to Bama and fuck them up. Now, with all my picks concluded, if you want to throw those 3 in a lay with Michigan minus 22.5, Texas A&M money line, and Auburn money line, throw 50 on it. You can get yourself 21,000 right there.
Hell yeah, you can because that shit ain't happening.
If you want to be even crazier, like me, you're going to throw all 6 of my picks in a lay. Throw 50 on that. You can get 561K.
Look. Look into the camera. Don't lie to the camera. Tell the truth. You are not betting that. right? If
Wait,
you
let's
show
start
us
both.
your account, there is no bet for Texas A&M money line, right?
I have.
Why are you
Michigan spread,
surprised by this?
Texas
I'm
A&M
not
money line.
surprised. I just want to.
Because here's the thing, Jesse, and this is what I want to say real quick. I'm put in the spot where I'm like, okay, their QB is gone, and they just lost to Mississippi State, and once they lost to them, I said, wrap that shit up. They're not going to go anywhere. But then I got to look at last year, okay? And last year, you don't think I watched back the last time we reviewed this game to make sure I didn't say the exact same shit? Oh, you damn right I watched the last podcast back to last year when we reviewed this exact same fucking game. You're damn right. And I'm telling you right now, I was sitting there with Texas A&M having 2 losses, and those 2 losses that I saw to in-division games, similar to like how they lost to Mississippi State last week, was the big factor in how I didn't take them over Alabama, and I took Bama. I will not be fooled again. I am riding with Luke. Give me Texas A&M money line. I have the Aggies over Alabama.
Go Aggies!
I got you, Luke. Fuller says I really want Luke Slay to win so bad because that would be legend. Wait for it, Dairy. And you're damn right it would be, Luke. And I officially am writing you on it because I got Texas A&M as well.
Well, I already got half the lay locked in. Just gotta attach
Get
the other
that
half
money.
to it.
Dumbfounded.
Get that money,
I don't
Luke.
care about last year. The only reason I care about last year is because no coach is more pissed off about a loss than this game right here. Bama is not losing this game.
We're living rent free. They're
That's what
thinking
you
about
said
it
last
too
year,
much.
Jesse. Jesse, actually, last year, your exact words, and I quote, were, if Bama loses this game right here, I'll tell you what, none of my picks that I make the rest of the year are valid because I don't know what's going on.
No, I said that, and I'll say it again.
So
I'll repeat what I said last year. If Texas A&M wins this game, none of my picks are valid because I don't know what's going on here.
you're gonna get the same clip. It's gonna be a damn
I
shame.
hope.
I'm just gonna be on the other side of this time with Luke because I ain't making that mistake.
All right, in this one, I'm gonna take the spread here. So I'm gonna take Texas A&M plus 23.5, only because of Luke's wizardry taking the money line. So I'll take them to cover plus 23 because Luke's taking them to win, and that's literally the only reason that I would touch this game is because of what just took place. Is because of this guy.
This man inspired me.
And that is the last pick that I have for college football. I don't think that anyone's interested in the Oregon, Arizona, or Florida State, NC State game. So
Last pick I have for the weekend. UFC's not till next weekend.
yeah, all right then. That wraps up tonight's podcast. So Wild Fuller with one more comment here. Let's go Aggies. Thank you guys for watching. If anyone's interested, we got a beer league game tonight, 11:15 puck drop. No, I'm just fucking with you. But make sure you guys check out Six Pack Coverage. We will see you guys next time on Monday for Monday Night Football. We're going to try to get you that Monday Night Football lay. Last time we missed by 1 leg. This time we are getting it. Okay? I'm sick of this. So hit up our Twitter for any additional picks that we put out, maybe a Sunday Night Football parlay on our Twitter at RideTheTide586. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
What's going on, guys? Tycho here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com.